If you have ever had to speak hard truth to someone, you understand that you might struggle with how to share the message, or you might have feelings about the message, but you also know that that truth needs to be delivered. If you've been following along with me, are looking in Ezekiel. We're in Ezekiel chapter 3 today, and there's this section that has a lot of mixed feelings in it. So I'm going to read it to you. It's Ezekiel starting at chapter 3, verse 12. It says, "Then the Spirit lifted me up, and I heard behind me a loud rumbling sound as the glory of the Lord rose from the place where it was standing. It was the sound of the wings of the living creatures brushing against each other, and the sound of the wheels beside them, a loud rumbling sound. The Spirit then lifted me up and took me away, and I went in bitterness and in the anger of my spirit with the strong hand of the Lord upon me. I came to the exiles who lived at Tel Aviv near the Kibar River, and there, where they were living, I sat among them for 7 days, deeply distressed." So we might read this passage and think, well, Ezekiel doesn't like what he has to share at all. But I think if we're looking at an English American version of the Bible, we are definitely going to miss the bigger picture. So we have to remember, God called Ezekiel. Ezekiel had been training for the priesthood. And in the start of Ezekiel, it says that the Spirit of the Lord, the hand of the Lord was upon him. It lifted him up. We see that again today, that the Spirit of the Lord lifted him up and took him away. We see how the strength of the Lord is with him. The strong hand of the Lord is on me. This isn't a bad thing. This is really what we're seeing as the ordination of Ezekiel. And if we go back and look in Leviticus chapter 8, starting at verse 33, we see an ordination process for the priests of the Lord. And it includes a period of 7 days of sitting there before the tabernacle of the Lord at the time. Here we have Ezekiel sitting for 7 days. He's among the people, but he's still with the presence of the Lord on him. God has shared himself with Ezekiel. He has made himself known. He has made his heart known for the people of Israel. He's also shared his frustrations with the people of Israel, their great disobedience, their stubbornness. And he has shared some woes and lamentations with Ezekiel. So it is not a surprise that Ezekiel has arrived at this spot with this heaviness upon him. But we don't read this as being opposed to what God is asking of him. There is the word where it says he is sitting among them. This is translated as lying in wait. He is being prepared for what is yet to come. And the last word in my NIV version says distressed. Other versions I've seen say astonished. When we look at the original language, it has the idea of silence, of waiting in silence. God is working on Ezekiel. God is preparing him for what he's going to have to do. And Ezekiel is allowing time for all of this to be with him. He's also sitting there among the exiles. So he's getting ready to share in the heart and the burdens of this people that he needs to minister to. He's not just going to carry a word. He's going to understand them, be able to reflect and empathize with them, and do so fully built upon the strength of the Lord. May we also be so in tune with God that we are feeling his strength as we prepare for his service. Blessings on you today.